What's good, y'all? So we're back with the series on why I almost quit my faith-driven business and how I pushed through adversity to get to the position I am now. So let's get into it. We can start with a little recap from what we covered last time in the last two videos. If you want to go back and watch those videos, yeah, they're on my channel, so you should go and check them out. So, to recap, I had like 3 mentors in this program, the one-day program, where they matched me with an entrepreneur that is already a 7-figure earner with a business that's successful in the field that I'm looking to grow my business in. So I first started off with a tech idea in mind, like a recovery performance sleeve, like to help athletes recover from, their training, especially on the go, because student athletes are really busy and stuff like that. So I first got into the program with that idea in mind. If you guys want to look at it, this is it on the top left. Yeah, but then I quickly realized after going to this conference in New York, this wearable tech conference in New York, that I was not suitable for this business at the time. So I put it to the back burner, and during that time, I also got a new mentor, and he helped me with my fashion business right now that I'm currently running. And so I decided that I would switch it back into fashion from tech. So I reestablished Witness Greatness, and I started putting most of my effort and time into working on that business. So I'll talk to you a bit about that and about how this calling led me to the position I am today. So it was a faith-based drop, my first faith-based drop, where I dropped 2 t-shirts that were Jesus graphics, and here they are on the bottom left there, the Enduring Spirit graphic tee and the Romans 8:18 graphic tee. And these graphic tees got a lot of hype. When I first dropped them, people were giving me a lot of good feedback, and I was just excited that my new products were resonating with my audience, especially because I took the switch from athletic apparel, to faith-based streetwear. So I didn't know how that was gonna click with my audience, but it seemed to resonate a lot with them. So that led me to a new lane into faith-driven streetwear. So the problem we're solving, the problem is the market forces a false choice of either having style and no substance, or substance with no style. So like having clothing that looks really good but has no messaging on it, or messaging that is kind of cheesy, kind of corny with zero style. And we just can't have that no more. So that's why I created Witness Greatness, to fit that gap, to fit that problem space. And I noticed after interviewing 6 of our customers who had already bought some merch, that this was the lane that we should go into. So they told us that faith-driven messaging resonates more than generic streetwear for them. So they like the faith side of things better than just wearing plain streetwear type clothing. They said keep the branding subtle, not corny. You see these gift shop faith-driven merch at churches and stuff like that, and they're kind of they just throw a scripture on a piece, on a t-shirt, and they call it a day. But nah, we got quality pieces that you can wear every day, not just at church or whatever, or at home, leisure. But here's an example. On the way right, you see the gift shop type merch where it's kind of simple. In the middle, you see merch that is more faith-based, but you can't really tell because it doesn't really tell you much about the faith. But then on the left, where is Witness Greatness, one of our products, you can see there's a faith-based graphic and some wording there. So you can really understand that is streetwear with the aspect of faith, not sacrificing one for the other. So that's something that really excited me about my business, because it feels like I'm actually solving a problem. So the market, how we fit into this growing market of already $12 billion, is bringing in $12 billion annually worldwide. So, and in the US alone, 30% of that is, $3.6 billion is just US Christian, faith-based apparel, faith-based market. So I did that research, and I found that there's a clear lane for me here, especially because 42% of US men 18 to 29 years old. So, Gen Z, basically, a little bit older sometimes. say that their religion, their faith is very important to them. And that's as of 2026, this year. So to think that Gen Z is deeming faith as a very important aspect of their life makes me very reassured that I'm actually helping them out in this way by providing clothing that actually resonates with them and they feel like that's important to them. So another way for me to fit into this market, and this is a crazy stat, Gen Z is projected to spend about $12 trillion by 2030. 12 trillion. So our group, our age group, my age group, I'm 25, so I'm like an older Gen Z, but just on the verge of being a millennial somehow. But anyway, Gen Z is gonna spend that much by 2030? Come on, bro. And if you're a Gen Z male and you already said that faith is important to you, why would you not spend money, that $12 trillion, why wouldn't you spend a good portion of that on faith-driven stuff that you feel is important to you? So that just makes me excited. Like, I like faith-driven stuff, obviously. So I'm gonna be buying a lot of my own merch, which is not really buying, it's more like investing. But I don't really like traditional merch that much, like faith-driven merch. So like I said, I'd rather wear something that has my, my messaging on it and it looks good. So we built Witness Greatness after a poll on our Instagram. We actually did a week-long poll, almost like 5 days long. We asked our community, like, what do you guys want to see in our next drop? And 272 customers responded, bro. All right, not 272 customers. We got 272 votes out of all of the customers. We have 1,300 customers so far. So they said faith forward, no compromise, and accessible, and premium quality, of course. You don't want it feeling like cheap. So that got me thinking, what do I want this business to really look like in the future? And my core belief here is that there's a need for stylish, faith-driven merch that appeals to the youth, like Gen Z. So, all right, sorry, I was just rudely interrupted by my storage. Take too many videos, I guess, and my storage filled up quick. So I had to delete some stuff, but here we are, we're back. My vision for the business is to cultivate a community of young, faith-driven leaders who have unmatched style, like myself. All right, anyways, our mission, faith-driven streetwear. We're gonna create faith-driven streetwear that reminds wearers of their purpose while feeling stylish. Got to do it in style. You can't just show people how purposeful you are and look bland. Like, no, we don't do that. So here we go again. What are our values for this business? Our values are love above all. There's too much hate around in this world, man. You just gotta love each other. Peace over chaos, especially since that's how God speaks to us. He isn't chaotic. He always speaks peacefully, sends his messages to us peacefully. So that's an easy way to hear God or hear God's voice if you're having trouble. He'll never come to you in a chaotic manner. So forbearance over impatience. So we got to be patient with people, forgiving. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Got to learn. But yeah. And then self-control over impulsiveness. So we're not acting on our emotions like that. We're being controlled, sound, and making sound decisions. So our principles are stewardship over ownership, because honestly, when was the last time you created something out of thin air? Right, never. You've never actually created matter. You've never created anything, for real. But like, you're given the ability for creation to move through you. And that's what I believe stewardship is. Creation moving through you, and you have the responsibility to act accordingly with that, with that selectiveness. Like, you were selected for that mission, so you better steward your abilities and your gifts. So servant leadership is quite the same, like using your gifts. Bro, I swear this gimbal is like moving to the side. Like, all right, we're gonna keep it here, and if it moves, we'll know. So servant leadership, you gotta be a servant leader first. Put yourself aside and help others who are in need. So diligence and excellence, that kind of speaks for itself. And then generosity and community. So we like to be generous and bring people together. And then ethical operations, of course. We don't want to be weird while, working. Don't want to mistreat our employees, none of that. And I feel like I'm, doing a bit of a recap from past videos, but I did change up my presentation a bit. So yeah, let's keep going. So my solution for this, obviously, streetwear that's built with purpose, built in purpose, built for purpose. Faith-forward streetwear that is culturally relevant first, but does not sacrifice the messaging and the purpose. It's made for everyday wear, and it's subtle, not preachy, substance before the style, and then built for everyday wear, like I just said. Here's like one of our first commercials ever made, and this was our, I think I made this on my phone, but I'm literally just showing one of our hoodies and one of our products. Pretty simple, huh? That's what the merch looks like. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's what it's gonna look like in our next drop. Next drop is coming soon, very soon, so stay tuned. Some key insights from our last limited Lent drop was that one garment should carry both culture and conviction. So you're wearing these things to, promote your faith, promote what you really believe in, not just to wear them. Let's move on. So who is our customer and traction? Who we serve and the proof. So we right now serve faith-driven Gen Z and young millennials. Our core age group is 18 to 34, who are willing to pay a premium price for quality products. So breaking the bank for something they think is, or something that is premium. Feels premium, looks premium, built to last. So athletes and active young believers are also our customer base. And right now, our entire customer base of like 1,346, give or take, individuals, 96% of these individuals are US based. So yeah, we're building in our backyard. And 147 customers are on our email list, 97 are subscribed to our newsletter. So key insights right now, a real US based community is already here, and the pull from our customers is strongest because they already know our brand and are already willing to support. So I appreciate y'all for that. I knew this thing was moving because like, look, you couldn't see the door earlier, bro. I need a new one of these. Hey, who makes, yeah, DJI, if you're watching this video, sponsor me. I need a new gimbal because this one's broken. Bro, I need so much new equipment, bro. Like last video, I was talking about getting a new laptop because this one's old, but like it still works perfectly fine. It's just stay updated and stuff. But anyways, let's get back into the story, bro. How did I find out that I had real traction in this business? How did I find out that I should keep going and persevere instead of giving up like I was going to? So the real sales, real story, from February 2025 to April 2026, when we ended our limited Lent drop, we ended up bringing in about $730 from 13 product orders, and 33% were reoccurring customers, people who thought the items were so good that they had to come back and buy again. That's amazing to see. That means like they actually like the brand, they're willing to support and invest in it. And also, obviously, they're getting something in return, some cool clothes that mean, something very good. Bro, I do not like how this just keeps moving. Anyways, cool, calm, collected. Let's keep going. So my biggest stretch of orders was from January to April, where we had our limited Lent drop and people were actively ordering throughout those months. We had a dip in late October, and we also had a spike in mid-October when I first dropped the faith-driven merch. So it was kind of cool to see that. And the story behind this, first we had athleisure, then we did the faith over fear drop, and then we did the limited Lent drop. And that's when I was like, yes, this is the lane for me. This is where I should be. This is what I should be doing because we got the signals. So 33% coming back, 2 drops, 13 orders, looking good. So the business model now, like how the business is ran, how we earn, and the validated price tier. So what our products cost and how we know this is a good price for each product. So right now, how we make our money is through direct to consumer. So on our online storefront, it's an e-commerce business so far, but I do plan on venturing off into getting a warehouse, in-person store down the line in the future once things are very stable. So reoccurring drops are how we put out our clothing. Every time we drop, we're gonna leave it out for a limited time and then take it off our website, just so that you guys don't think it's a free-for-all. Like, no, faith it's not like something that you just see everywhere. It is prominent. God is prominent. God is everywhere. God is omnipresent, omnipotent. But faith so far these days is not. And that's what we're trying to change. So we do the limited drops, so it builds kind of like eagerness to buy, scarcity. But that's only just to promote our products and promote our messaging. So print on demand is the way we do it right now. We hold zero inventory, zero waste, zero products on hand. We only make these products when you guys order them. So I hope that makes y'all feel special, because we're literally making them for you guys, like on the spot. So we pay no costs for bulk orders, because then stuff would just be sitting around unless we sell them out. So right now, our validated price tiers, you guys told us you wanted hoodies for about $80, tees under $45, caps about $40, tracksuits about $165 for the 2-piece set. And then over the 20 polls that we came up with or administered to you guys, the only downside was that our revenue was about $600. So we needed to break even. We need 3 to 5 orders. And right now we're getting like 1 to 2 orders per month. So it needs to boost a bit. And, we're working on that, working on getting better clothing items out and getting them at the right price for you guys. So let's keep going. The team, y'all know me, Galvi, WG, whatever you want to call me. I'm the team right now. I'm a sole founder and a sole operator. I'm a designer, marketer, creator behind every drop. I'm a viral UGC content creator through my personal Instagram account, WG Galvi, at wg.galvi. And I use that as a funnel, as a way to, bring in more people who might not be in tune with Jesus Christ, but like are kind of fashion enthusiasts with some type of spirituality, but not really structured yet. So I use that as a funnel to get them towards my business, which is faith-based, faith-driven, and in turn, as an evangelic process of converting them. But it doesn't sound like we're not building no cult, but we're building community is what it is. We're building community and fellowship, as Jesus Christ did when he was on earth. So, just trying to pay homage. I'm a founder that is also my customer base. I feel like I am a Gen Z. I'm a young, faith-driven former athlete who lives in streetwear every single day. So it's already stuff I'm willing to wear. And yeah, so who else is best to run this business than me, somebody who buys from the business? Bro, I'm tired of this thing. Anyways, athletes discipline. I am a former Division III basketball player. I got my bachelor's degree in biology, and that means I got in the reps. Like, I got my shots up. I got my shots up in the lab, and I know what I'm doing. Like, it's not easy to get a bachelor's degree in biology, and it's not easy to be a Division III athlete, even though it's only Division III. But like, no, these athletes are, the only difference is, size, strength, speed, but the skill is there. Anyways, I had to work very hard to get to that position, which I was in, and I used everything I learned to start this business. And I'm happy to share my knowledge with everybody. Business functions, how I run Witness Greatness. Right now, how we market and how we grow. It's organic first. We go off Instagram, making TikTok videos, just showing what we got to our community of over 1,300 people who follow us. And right now, we just make content, do affiliate marketing. So we send the merch to people who have influence, status, and they help us promote our products as well. We use ads on Instagram. We use ads on TikTok sometimes. I've never used TikTok ads yet. I've used Meta ads and Facebook ads. So that's the same thing. But Facebook and Instagram, different platforms, all Meta. Got SEO going. That means search engine optimization, getting the products out there on the internet. So when people search it, they find it immediately. Right now for our technology and AI, we use Cloud AI to, help with business operations. And then we use Adobe Creative Cloud for design and other stuff like that. Right now, our sales channels are Instagram, TikTok, Shopify, pop-up shops, eventually. Suppliers and procurement, we do print on demand like I stated earlier, and we're partnered with print on demand partners. POD Plusser, Print KK, these are companies that help us create our product. So we pay right when the order is placed. Operations, print on demand, like I just said, zero inventory. We use Shopify, Dropbox, and CapCut for files, file storage, and other stuff like that. And then performance tracking, right now we're using Metapixel, Google Analytics, and Shopify Insights, just to track average order value and, return rate, traffic, all that jazz. All the good stuff, man. The stuff you guys don't see, the stuff that I do on the day-to-day. Right now, our growth milestones, where we are and where we want to be in the future. Our community is proven. Like, we already know there's people here who love to support us through our interviews and our polls on Instagram and our returning customer base. Right now, the action plan is to build the WGID and community spec collections. So the collections that you guys gave us information about on the products you want to see. And we're working on that right now. Oversized, distressed pieces with the back graphic, stuff that you guys said you want to see, stuff that you guys like. We want to sell them separately. Not every item is going to come as a set. So priced to the price tiers that you guys validated, and then self-funded by myself. It's an investment. It's going to come back by the grace of God. And then the outlook, founder funded, like I just said. Our next drop is the WG Identity plus Capsule Collection. That is about what you guys want. Upside to this is, we're gonna do quarterly drops. So every 3 months, we're gonna get new stuff out, not throw away, but archive the old stuff. Where the investment goes right now, we're doing small sample orders, just so we make sure these products are on par with what you guys are looking for. Obviously, we designed them, but we are partnered with bigger companies that do the production. So we got to still make sure it's what we're looking for. Affiliates, ads, SEO. We do launching on the one-offs. We're taking photos with, local photographers, cinematographers, and we got to pay them as well. So, and then we pay for shipping and returns as long as it's within our policy. So yeah, I got to make sure you're checking that out on the website. So right now, to conclude everything, this journey has taken me from broken leg, literally broken kneecap, getting my biology degree, trying to start a tech business by going to my master's in business administration, finding out that tech isn't the path for me yet, switching back into faith-driven streetwear, and then in turn building a business that is actually fitting a niche, that people want to see. Right now, the business is in a $12 billion market with people like us, young individuals who are embracing their faith, looking for purposeful merch. Zero inventory because we do print on demand. $730 in real sales so far from our last drop. And then to break even, we just need a profit margin to increase, by 13 to 55%, which is, we need our profit margin to go from 13 to 55%. So, there's some growth to do, but we're trusting the process. And my testimony right now is pretty much what the brand is all about, like perseverance and moving in life while trusting God and getting to the point where, you feel sound in your faith and you're able to present it to others like I'm doing right now. And I didn't really just build this brand. I found myself while doing it. So that's why it's so deep for me and why I like to share it with others, because it really changed my life, honestly. And the takeaway here is witness greatness isn't what I built. It is who I became. An athlete turned founder who found his true north by walking boldly in his faith and inviting others to do the same. So yeah, join me. That's that. That is that. Peace.